Welcome to another edition of What Keeps You Up at Night, the life of a rural entrepreneur. Today, we're joined by Janet Paquin from Low Carb Stop. Welcome.
Thank you.
First thing I'm going to ask is, how did your professional and maybe your personal life too evolve to you becoming an entrepreneur?
So you're asking how I got here?
Yeah.
Well, I was doing the keto diet and I decided I had to go like 90 kilometers to go and get anything that I wanted. So because of that, I got frustrated and I've been at my job for 30 years. I jumped from position to position to position and I was getting bored. So I said, enough's enough. How about we open up a store and, bring the community something that is lacking?
And how does your company reflect your values? Meaning, how do you put yourself into your company?
Well, I am hands-on with my customers. I like to tell them about my story, what I experienced, what worked for me. I'm not saying that it's going to work for them, but what worked for me, and give them any kind of advice that I could possibly give them. I also tell them, in order to stay on your diet, one of the things that I found worked for me was to look up recipes that pertain to your diet so that instead of wanting the junk, you will make yourself hungry when you're looking at things that you can eat and look forward to.
That's really great advice. So let me ask you this. Keto and Atkins have been around for a long time. Do you think that, well, obviously you don't think it's a fad. So why do you think it's so important?
Well, I don't think it's fad because people are constantly wanting to find that quick fix to lose weight. So losing weight is not a fad. It's a real thing. But at the same time, we still have people who are diabetic. We still have people who are gluten intolerant. We still have people who are doing these different types of diets or having to have these dietary needs. So my store isn't just about keto or Atkins. It's about all kinds of different dietary needs. So that'll never be a fad. People will always need to abide by a certain type of regime, right? Of food.
People always need to eat, and people have health issues. So
Yes.
some of them can be addressed with diet or food intake.
Correct.
What kind of obstacles have you faced being an entrepreneur?
Being seen. That's a biggie. You don't know how many times I've had people come into my store, even today, going, I did not know you were here. So that was an obstacle. Not knowing what I was doing in the very beginning with opening up a store, there was a lot of leaps and bounds that I had to make because the store that I'm in was a shell. So I had to find a plumber and an HVAC guy and, an electrician, that kind of stuff. So yeah, those were the things that were trying at times because I didn't know what I was doing.
Having to get those tradespeople to come in, I imagine, helped you realize the importance of having those kind of, I guess, trades locally.
Yes. Yes.
And or the lack thereof, having to go outside of your area to get someone who is a specialist in that area.
Yes. Luckily for me, I had people that could point me in the right direction. But it's to know that it's to find the right people to direct you into doing that kind of stuff, right?
Did you have a mentor?
I'm gonna say yes and no. There were people that I did reach out to, that I leaned on, but I only was given the answers of the questions that I were asking, like it wasn't laid out for me saying, okay, well, you're going to need this now, or you're going to need that now, or, you know,
Your business is on reserve.
yes.
And what are the benefits of that?
This is a strong community. It's like a big family here. And, even though I am not a member of this reserve, they have welcomed me with open arms, and they have assisted me in making sure that, I am being seen, that the people in the community know about me, and involving me in some of the events that go on here. It's been great. Like, I can't ask for a much better group of people. Like, chief and council, they were great with me. Just a great group. Like, the council members, even the chief, they came anything that they could do for me, just to reach out to them and ask.
So do you think there's a difference between being outside of a big city as versus having a business like yours in, say, downtown Toronto?
Well, I feel that in downtown Toronto, maybe I would have more people coming in and out because of the population, but the support would not be there. Like, I don't believe that moral support that you're looking for, and that one-on-one, and that friendliness. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It's just totally different. This is like a family more than it is a big city,
Yeah. What do you find the most gratifying about being an entrepreneur where you are?
Most gratifying, I think, for me is when somebody comes into my store so excited that I am here, thanking me for being here, and asking my advice, and walking out so happy, telling me they'll be back. That for me is the best.
How does this, being an entrepreneur, affect your family? Because I think you have family involved with your business. So what does it mean to your family?
It's brought me closer to my daughter. My grandchildren, they come in, they want to be a part of it. It has allowed me to get closer. My sister's a part of it, and her children have come and helped me out. So all in all, I think that it has brought the family closer.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's really amazing. Oh. Is there something about your industry that almost no one agrees with you about?
Almost no one?
Yeah.
I think that most people agree that your health is important. So I can't say, I mean, I've had people come in here and saying, sweeteners aren't good for you, or, certain things are not good for you that I do carry in the store. I am not a doctor by no means, but I do carry what people are looking for. Whether it's good for them or not, that would be something that they would have to discuss with their doctor to see if it fits their dietary needs. Because like I said, I can have a diabetic come in and they'll be like, oh, I need this. Whereas I can have another diabetic come in and say, hey, that's not good for you. I can't say either way, you know?
Yeah, I think that's fair. And let me ask you this, because I'm always curious about this. So, you're invited to a get together, like a barbecue or maybe a holiday get together or something with people that don't know you, but they know a little bit about you. They know about your business. And so are you always the person that people ask about food?
Pretty much. Like they have talked to my daughter about it, but yeah, I think that because I'm the older one, they think that I'm more experienced. But oh, the lights, that's something that happens. The lights go out here on their own.
Well, that is an interesting part of entrepreneurism. How do you handle things like that?
I just do my best and try and give them the information that I have, like what I know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the light's going out. How do you handle those kind of little things
we have
that
to get up and
happen?
we have to walk around and get them to turn back on. My daughter's in the front right now, and then she's the one that's every once in a while, the light will go out, and she has to get up and because they're on a timer, right? So if you're not moving, they go out.
Oh, okay. I get
Yeah.
it. Yeah, that a lot of public buildings now have those
Yeah.
to conserve energy. That's really
Yeah.
smart.
Mm-hmm.
What's one of the biggest life lessons that you've learned becoming an entrepreneur, moving into this kind of business?
Things don't happen overnight. Like literally, I very much the personality of when I want something, I want it now. And this has taught me patience. I have to learn to have patience.
When were some of those times when you had to have patience?
Well, when I first opened up, I was ready. Like I had quit my job in August and I was ready to open up in September. I was ready to order all my stuff, but you know, I had a lot of things that I had to get done. I had to, get the HVAC guy in. I had to get the electrician in. I had to get the plumber in. I had to get the drawings and all of that. Those are things that I did not know had to be done. And so I would conquer one task just to have another task happen. And it was like just one thing after another, and it was like patience, patience, patience. And even since then, I've had to have patience. Like I said, I want this business to succeed, and I want the clientele right away, and you know what I mean. So it's the patience of having to do that.
Is there another vocation or career that, if money were no object, that you would like to do at some point?
Well, I would really like to open another location between here in the city. Eventually, I want to open more than one location. I've had people come in from Midland, Gravenhurst, like all around, wanting a store like this in their area. So that tells you something. Like people are really concerned about their health, and they want to see more of these products in their community. So yeah, if it was not money wasn't an issue, definitely I would want something like that. Besides that, I think that looking after the elderly, that's another one of my goals. I'd like to try and make it so that I could do something that would make life a lot easier for them.
If someone is watching, listening, and they're thinking about starting a business, maybe a food related business, what advice would you give them?
I would say get all your ducks in a row. Like, make sure that, you know what you want to do, and make sure that, like, because I went into this blind. Like, I really was not expecting all of this. It's very overwhelming. So it's one of those situations that, you really need to know what you're doing,
Yeah, and support. I mean, having a system or a line of support with at least a couple of people so that you're not completely isolated. I think being an entrepreneur, especially if you're in a smaller community, is really isolating when nobody else knows your business.
Right.
When you start something that no one's ever had before in a community, there's nobody that you can actually, like you said, you didn't really have any mentors because there wasn't anybody already doing it.
Yeah. Well, so the one thing too is that, because there's no stores like this around, finding the product is also challenging.
Okay. And so how far did you have to go to do that? I mean, where would you even begin,
Well,
figuring that
luckily
out?
for me, I had my daughter that was helping me out. So she found a lot of the distributors, but
Yeah.
yeah, we're still trying to find distributors. We're still trying to find, there are certain foods that are out there that I want to carry in the store, and I'm still trying to find the distributor for.
And you can't be everything to everyone. So how do you determine which products that you are going to carry? That must be so challenging.
Well, it's whatever I find. If I have more than one person that is requesting something, then I make sure that I try and find that one particular. Like, I've got this noodle that somebody is looking for. I've had 3 people ask me for it now. So now I'm on the real hunt for it. I thought I had found it, but at the end of the day, it didn't turn out for me. So I'm still in the hunt for it.
And what kind of legacy with this business do you want to leave for your family?
Well, eventually I think that my daughter's going to take over the business, and I'm hoping that it just goes down the line from there.
It becomes a family business.
Exactly.
Well, congratulations on all your success. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, Janet. I really appreciate your time.
You too, Shauna. It's great to hear from you.